And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is our second semi-final match. The winner of this event will face Paul Varlins for the Ultimate Fighting Championship 7. Once again, your referee is Big John McCarthy. Introducing first, to my left, a veteran of UFC from Austin, the Netherlands. He holds multiple black belts in practically every part of Europe. He is a Jiu-Jitsu champion, a two-time German champion, a two-time Dutch champion, a two-time Junior Netherlands champion. He is the former World Jiu-Jitsu champion. Ladies and gentlemen, 6'4", 265 pounds, Remco Pardoel. And his opponent across the octagon, 6'1", 210 pounds, four-time Brazilian Muay Thai champion, a state heavyweight boxing champion, and reigning Brazilian Vale Tudo champion, undefeated in bare knuckle matches. Once again, from Rio de Janeiro, the king of the streets, Remco.
Well, there's no doubt that Pardoel is younger by how many years we don't know. 3-inch height advantage to Remco. He's also got the 55 pounds. What do you guys expect? Quickly, Jeff.
I think Ruas in a submission lock.
Don?
You know, I'd have to go with Pardoel. I mean, he's got the experience as far as the Jiu-Jitsu and the Judo, and I think he can handle himself on the ground.
I like it. A split broadcast crew. John McCarthy getting set to get the fighters rolling.
One observation, I saw Ruas grab, look at his right hand repeatedly after that first fight.
Pardoel wears the gi. The winner takes on Varlins.
Pardoel says he's experienced in Taekwondo, but I haven't seen him kick yet.
A long staring down process, a feeling out thing. You see it in boxing a lot. Kicks delivered by Ruas. Pardoel comes in. Remco grabs his head.
He's got his hand in there. There's no way that's going to be a chokehold. He's got his fingers underneath it. I don't think he's got the leverage to really choke.
No, he doesn't quite have his arm under there.
Ruas biting.
But that's what he's going for. He's definitely got the leg hooked under, so he could just arch and tighten it up.
Ruas actually looked up. Seems pretty calm in there. Pardoel isn't very far away, though, from making that a guillotine. He's got the arm across underneath the chin, but really not quite deep. It's not very deep. You're right, Don.
Pardoel has Ruas backed up against the chain link fence.
It's more his wrist. The end of his hand is underneath the chin. If he gets the arm under, it could be a different story.
Is Ruas being patient here, Jeff, or is he in trouble?
Ruas is being patient. He's waiting to see what Pardoel will try and attempt, but I think Pardoel is also playing that same game. He doesn't want to give up that lock. He's very close to making it a good choke, so he's kind of in there kind of waiting to see what Ruas does. So it's sort of a feeling out right here. Obviously, the advantage right now is Pardoel.
This is two experienced grapplers here. Neither one wants to give too much. They don't want to make a mistake at this level right here.
I guarantee you, Ruas knows that fence is there, and that's why he's leaning against it. That's what's holding him up. Otherwise, he'd fall right down right now, and that pressure would go to his head.
Ruas using his right leg to lock the left leg of Pardoel. Now Pardoel breaks away. Pardoel still working on the neck of Remco Ruas.
Pardoel's left arm here might start to really fatigue with that kind of a lock and straining to bring it up and arching your back. That arm could eventually slowly fatigue.
Remember, the referee has the ability to restart the bout if he doesn't see movement or action.
You know, something I've always wondered, what happens if Ruas stomped the big toe of Pardoel? Honest to God, what would that do?
I tell you, these guys are conditioned mentally to take pain. I mean, I'm not really sure. I've been surprised at the punishment these guys have taken it as it is. It's worth a try, though. I think if I was in that position, I might try it.
Would certainly limit the mobility you have after you go ahead and do that.
You've been working.
Well, we've seen ground grappling before. We've seen fighters engaged in a tussle for a long time on the mat, but not standing up like this. Crowd is anticipating action. They're restless right now.
They seem a little bit restless, but right here, this is an important situation for Pardoel. He really does have a threat going. Ruas doing an excellent job of blocking it, but it's really fairly close to sinking in there. And that's why Pardoel isn't letting it go. That could be trouble.
Yeah, it's really in there now. As a matter of fact, if he was to arch, really, if he had a good grip and he arched right now, I think...
Pardoel trying to get the choke on Remco Ruas. But Ruas is not panicking. Down the dragon nuances of the martial arts right here. Little things.
It's always the little things.
Oh, and one of the reasons it's not tight is Pardoel's right arm is around Ruas's left arm, which means the arm's in that lock. It can't be that tight. It can't be that tight. He's got to be right ahead.
He's got to be inside that arm.
That's exactly it. It's not going to be a tight choke.
Come on, let's go, let's go.
We saw it on the monitor, and I just saw it when they briefly turned towards me, but that was blocked from our view initially. That is why that guillotine choke is not working.
You know what?
It's not a full guillotine choke yet.
From being a striker, yes. I was just going to say I would start pumping the knees into the groin, into the thighs, because the thighs are very vulnerable.
And that's what Remco Pardoel is doing right now.
Yes. It's about all he's got to strike with.
Oh, there's the stop top.
There's the heel.
There's that toe stomp.
I don't know how he did it.
There it is again.
I think he heard you, Jeff.
And now a knee put back by Pardoel. Referee John McCarthy once again telling the guys to work.
I say, why not? This is anything goes.
They're working. I'd hate to see this broken up. You know, there's...
Ruas stops on the feet of Pardoel again. The left foot of Remco. And that time he missed.
Well, I guarantee you one thing. It got Pardoel's attention. You would think something like that is insignificant in a fight, but it does add up. This is going to be an attrition battle.
Definitely.
And down goes both fighters. Remco still's got a hold in there. Ruas on the mat where he wants to be.
If he curls into a ball, I think he might be able to even get out of this.
That's exactly what he's trying to do. There it is.
Nice move by Ruas. And he's out of the hole.
He is out. Let's see Ruas here.
So now it's Remco Ruas' battle.
Now they've got to think. You know, it's a game of chess out there right now.
I think Ruas now is going to make sure that his pressure stabilizes. He's totally clear-headed and focused. He was in what we call a front headlock in wrestling for an awful long time.
So now it is Ruas who is the hunter, not the hunted. 6:30 in. The winner takes on Paul Varland in the final of UFC 7. John McCarthy telling the fighters to work. I think they expended a lot of energy standing up.
One advantage for Ruas is he can grab the gi of Pardoel to keep him from punching, and that's what he's doing to Pardoel's right hand. He's got the gi.
Talking non-stop.
He's got the gi. He's going to slowly work his way up, try to get in the punching range, or maybe submission on a leg here.
I think he's going for the leg.
There it is.
Ruas has the leg.
And again, the fighting from the back being a very effective tactic.
Ruas knocking him away with the left hand. He's got the left wrist.
Look how composed both these athletes are. Look at how composed they are. They're willing to wait. They're willing to feel it out.
By far the best match of the night. Most evenly matched.
Ruas grabs the gi again.
Oh, he's got the ankle.
Starting to get it.
He's getting it.
And Pardoel fights his way back.
Well, his only choice is to crowd up like he's doing it. He needs to get close to Ruas. He can't sit back like that if he gets his ankle.
Ruas trying to roll over and arch his back using that extra leverage.
Over 8 minutes in.
On his back, he arches into the mat, which prevents him from getting full extension. But if you turn to his belly, he can really get great extension.
It's Ruas, the Brazilian, against Pardoel, the Dutchman who trained in Brazil.
You know, what I think needs to happen from here is he needs to do some striking. There's an open thigh there, and he can be punching that and doing some damage to Ruas. If nothing else distracts him, get his attention off that ankle.
It's working!
Pardoel looks amazingly composed and full of vinegar. He does not look winded. Ruas looks like he's using more energy.
Oh, and Pardoel got out of the lock, but not out of the guard.
9 minutes in.
Great fight. Great fight. This is what the UFC is about. Strategy, tactic, and discipline. We're seeing all of it right here. Come on, let's work. Let's go.
There is a 20-minute time limit at the quarterfinals and the semifinals. If for some reason this ended in a draw, both fighters would not advance. An alternate would be summoned to take on Paul Varlins in the championship of UFC 7. Still a long way from there as Ruas lands a big left. Missed that time.
I'll tell you what, Pardoel trying to get his head out of the way, hit the mat with a lot of force. It was almost as though he got hit twice.
I'll tell you what, this is what Pardoel should be doing. He needs to keep Ruas close so he can't strike.
Ruas like a man stalking prey. Measuring his opponent.
Keep working, keep it working, come on.
He's working. He's patiently working.
Both of them are. Neither one wants to make a mistake and give it away. They're both that talented. What an even match.
Pardoel has a 55-pound advantage on Ruas.
I'm very impressed with the way Ruas has been using the gi to his advantage. He grabs the legs, he grabs the sleeves, he grabs every portion of the gi he uses as a grip. You see him grabbing the legs now. Pants, you see that? Controlling him with his gi.
That's interesting because Royce Gracie uses his own gi as an offensive tool attack.
Certainly he does, both in terms of grip to keep a person near him and also as a weapon for a choke.
11 minutes plus in. 20-minute time limit.
It looks like Ruas wants up.
What is Ruas looking for here?
Probably to try to beat a leg, just like that, turn the corner, and now come close into the neck. Very nicely done by Ruas. Now let's see what he can do from there. And it's interesting, a lot of these fighters cross their leg when they're in the bottom position.
A knee landed by Ruas, another knee. It'll chop away with you a little bit.
Well, there's not enough on that to get a submission.
Keep working, Remco.
I think it takes more energy than it's worth.
He's looking for something. He's reaching inside the gi of Pardoel. Unless that hand got caught in there and Pardoel wants to keep it in there by holding that gi collar up so Marcos can't pull the hand out.
12 minutes in. Marco Ruas on the top. Remco Pardoel with the gi on the bottom.
Keep working. Ruas is sweating profusely. Keep working. We got 8 minutes left. Let's go, gentlemen.
I guarantee you Pardoel is sweating too. We just can't see it.
Oh, now with the gi on.
Ruas trying to work himself up for a choke.
There it is.
Tap out.
Oh, I don't understand what happened.
I don't know if he just physically wore down. Was there a choke, guys?
I didn't see a choke.
I did not see a choke.
There was no choke. Good job.
12:27 the time.
Good job.
And this one ends rather strangely.
The only thing I can think there is that he was in a position to absorb blows and he decided not to take them.
That could have been it, but
let's go up to Michael Buffer for the announcement.
Following the submission signal from Remco Pardoel, referee John McCarthy calls a halt. The winner and advancing to the final against Paul Varlins, the king of the streets of Rio de Janeiro, Michael Ruas.
12 minutes, 27 seconds. Big hug there, but after a very close bout, from beginning to end, all of a sudden Remco Pardoel tapped out. I don't know if he just wore down or he saw no chance to get out of that.
Well, I can't see one of these UFC fighters just quitting because of anticipated punishment.
Absolutely.
I mean, they knew there was punishment to be dealt out when they entered the ring, so I can't see them getting in a bad position and then just tapping out.
Physical exhaustion possibly done?
No, he did not look that tired.
I know he didn't look it.
I've got to see the replay. There we go. I believe this is the first initial start of the bouts here where there was a takedown. No, this is the headlock. Actually, he was in a good position here.
And they stood on their feet for the better part of 8 or 9 minutes. And finally, they hit the ground.
Right. Neither fighter really was positive if he would end up in a superior position than the other one. I think that's what took so long for the takedown.
This is a beautiful reversal by Ruas.
Right, he gets the reversal, gets his head out of the lock.
And here's the tap out. Let's see if we can see what happened. There it is.
I still did not see it. I don't know where the pressure was applied.
All right, well, don't forget, we've got a great UFC coming up in the future. It is called the Ultimate. If you like what you've seen here tonight, you're going to love being with us on Saturday, December 16th. December will mark the 2nd anniversary of the UFC, and we're